Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you watched my last video, we talked about the evidence for a creator, right? So we talked about how the universe had a beginning and how everything that has a beginning must have a cause, and that the cause of the universe's creation is some type of deity out there, right? We talked about how whatever created the universe must be spaceless, timeless, immaterial. It must be infinitely powerful. It must be infinitely knowledgeable. And it must be personal to make the decision to create the universe out of nothing. So we talked about that in the last video. In this video, I'm just going to quickly cover a couple more things. We're going to go over the idea of polytheism, pantheism, and monotheism. And just so that we're defining our terms properly, I wanted to explain exactly what each one was. We have polytheism. Polytheism means that there are many gods. So something like Greek mythology, you see polytheism in that with all the different gods like Zeus. And then we have monotheism. Examples of monotheism would be Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. So those would be monotheistic religions. And then we have pantheistic religions, which would be religions like Buddha. So a lot of the confusion there comes from, well, how do we know which one's true? How do we know if we live in a pantheistic universe, in a monotheistic universe, or in a polytheistic universe? Well, we can actually determine that just by the evidence that we have, right? So if we know that the universe had a beginning, then we know that pantheism can't be true, because under pantheism, the world and the universe and the energy in the universe is all a deity or a god. So because we know that if the universe had a beginning, this God can't be infinite and can't exist outside of space, time, and matter if it's bound by space, time, and matter, right? So pantheism obviously can't be true, and that leaves us with polytheism and monotheism. Polytheism, that's actually a little bit interesting, because with polytheism, it says that there are many gods, right? It talks about gods that are powerful, and they're almost like superhuman, right? So a god like Zeus, he obviously doesn't have all the power in the universe, but he controls certain aspects of the universe. And some people say, well, why can't we have that? If the being that created the universe is infinitely powerful, another way of describing infinity would be lacking nothing. So in order to have enough power, an infinite amount of power to create the universe, we now can't have many gods that are lacking some things others have, right? So for instance, we can't have two infinities. If we have an infinite number of power over here, we have nothing else to put in this camp, right? This God over here, if we're living in a polytheistic universe, the God that has the infinite amount of power can't coexist with a God that has another infinite amount of power. Logically, that's not possible. We can't have two infinities, right? Infinity plus infinity is just infinity. We are bound by the laws of logic, and that's how we are actually able to determine we don't live in a polytheistic universe. So that leaves us with monotheism, like Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. So monotheism says that there is one single God out there, and that God is infinitely powerful, infinitely wise, and is not bound by space, time, and matter. So just by the creation of the universe alone, we're able to eliminate any other religions that are not monotheistic. So in my next video, I'm going to go ahead and cover Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, and we're going to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the ideas of each one of those religions and kind of determine which ones are the ones that can actually withstand the test of science and history and time. So we'll take a look at that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a like, go ahead and subscribe, comment what you would like me to do for my next video, and yeah, just share with your friends. Thanks so much for watching.